Good day, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Onyechi Evangeline Choma, and in today's tutorials I'll be teaching us how to make this auto gele. But for this particular video we're going to be learning how to make the base, that is the pleated, like the multi-pleated base. Then I will drop the link of how to make the other style, that's the arc. Okay, measurement I have here is 20 inches, and I have that in 3 places. Then this is for the base. Then for the front part, that's the band, I have 16 inches by 2. Okay, I have 16 inches into 2, then I have 20 inches into 3. Okay, so this 20 inches by 3, I'm going to join it together. I'm going to lay this one on top of the other one, then stitch. Get the second one, then lay it on this other one and stitch. Then after stitching, I'm going to hem the edges. Okay, I'm going to hem the edges. So let me go to my sewing machine and sew it. After joining it together, it is advisable that you fold this way into 2, then hem. Okay, so I'm going to also hem this side, but this other one, but just one side. Then this other one, you hem the 2 sides, the 2 rough edges. Okay, so this one I'm going to fold a little, then also fold again. Okay, so I'm going to do it to one side of each strip of ashoke of the 16 inches. Okay, so let me quickly do that, then get back to you. So I'm done stitching it. This is it, as you can see. This is it. I've stitched this side and then this other side. So what I'm going to do next is to form my pleats, because we want multiple pleats, and it's at the end of the day to have V shape. Okay, so let me start pleating. Okay, I'll first of all put this inside like ½ inch, between half to 1 inch, then stitch. Okay, so okay, mind you that after stitching here, you now have the right and the wrong side. So where I stitched on, like the place I folded, is the wrong side, so it should come towards the wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to stitch it this way. If you have your sewing machine, you stitch them. If you have needle and thread, whichever one you have, you stitch. Okay, so after that, you form your next pleat. Your next pleat should be able to cover the stitches of the first pleat you made. Okay, so you can use your pin to secure the pleats before stitching. So I want to stitch on it, so I'll be very careful so that I will stitch on this one. My stitches here will affect the one under. I will stitch on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to stitch here so that it will affect this one inside. So let me go ahead and stitch. Okay, so this is it. I'm done stitching it. As you can see, it affected this one under. Okay, so that's just it. So I'm going to continue my pleats like that. I'm going to form the next pleat just like that. It should be able to cover the last stitches I made. Then my stitching should affect the pleats under. Okay, so I'll take it to my sewing machine, then I will stitch. Okay, then after that I make my last pleat. So that's just it. So I have done the first and the second and the third pleat. So for the last pleat, it's not compulsory that you have 3 pleats here or 4 pleats here. So you can have more, you can have less. It all depends on what you are making. So for my last pleat, I'm going to fold it down just like I've always done, then stitch just like that. Then after which I'll repeat the same process here. Okay, so after repeating the same process, I'll join it to the base. So I'm done stitching the two of them, and this is what we have here. So I'm going to join it together. So the fine side, that's the edge, should be at the side. Okay, so this is the top, and I have the top here. So I'm going to join it together. So the two rough edges should be facing each other, but since there's a mistake, the fine side, that the part I stitched, is facing this other side, so I need to cover this other part up. So what I need to do is to cut out another piece of ashoke, like 2 inches. Okay, so I have that here, and I'm still going to cut it out a bit. I'm going to cut it out a bit and stitch, so just in order to cover up this other part. So I'm going to place it like that, with the right side facing each other. Like this is actually the right part, so I'm going to place it this way and stitch. Okay, so after stitching, I'll show you the next thing. So I have done it. Assuming I'm using handle for this project, I wouldn't have bothered about it, but I want to use Velcro tape. So this is it. I've gone ahead to stitch. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to flip it over to this side. I'll still cut out this. It's too much, so I'm going to fold this inside. I'm going to fold this side inside, then fold this other one inside too, then cover it up so as to have neat edge. Okay, so I'm going to stitch it this way. Hope you saw what I did. Then I fold this other side, then cover it up. This is just to cover up the rough edge. Okay, so after stitching here, as you can see, and this is the right side, so just flip it over, then fold the down part. Okay, then fold the edge and fold again to cover the rough edge of this side. Okay, then stitch on it. So after you must have stitched this part, flip over to the other side, fold the down parts once, then fold the side once, then fold again. This is just to cover the rough side. Okay, then stitch. I'm going to stitch on it just like that. So after that, the next thing is to join these two together. So it's going to come this way. Okay, and I'll use my pin to hold the center so it doesn't move as I'm stitching it. So this is the center of it. I'm going to hold it with my pin, then get my base. So I've gotten my base. So what I need to do now is to notch the midpoint. Okay, so I've already done that. So after that, I'm going to take it to the band. Then the midpoints should meet each other. The midpoint of the band and the midpoint of the base should meet each other. Okay, so I'm going to stitch it this way. Okay, then stitch the other part down. So but before I go to my sewing machine to sew, I'm going to hold it down with my pin so that it doesn't move. Then as you are stitching, ensure you stitch on your last stitches of the base. Stitch on the last stitches. But if you're using matching color of thread, it doesn't matter. So, but this is just to ensure neat finishing, okay? So I'm done stitching it. This is it. I went ahead to so then after that I'm going to cut out this excess behind, okay? So after cutting it out, this is what I have. You flip over to the right side of it to see what you have, and this is what I have. So now for the handle, you either insert handle or you put your velcro. If you can use this side to make your hand as your handle, it all depends on you. Just make it wider. Instead of using 16 inches for the band, you can use maybe 20 inches so that you can have a longer handle here. So but for this one I'm going to be using velcro tape. It's sometimes called magic tape, and some people do refer it as husband and wife. So I'm going to cut out about 2 inches. I'm going to cut it about 2 inches or 2.5. okay, then I'm going to fix one up. Okay, one is going to stay here. Can you see that? Then the other one is going under it. Okay, this is it with the right side facing up. So this is it. This is the right side of the velcro, and this is the right side of the velcro. The right side of the velcro is going to be here. One of it is going to be here. The right side will be facing you. Then this one is going right under your band. Okay, and the flat surface is going to be facing the ashoke material. So I'm going to stitch just like that. I'm going to stitch the shape. Okay, so I'm going to stitch the two. Let me do that.
So this is how the base of the otogele looks like. And if you're interested in making the arc otogele to make a gele like this, I will drop the link in the description box so you can watch the video. Okay, so that's just it about this training. Thank you very much for watching.